Okay, the Create This book is out, and this is a weird one. We're drawing Pokémon and one of the most iconic movie scenes of all time. I don't know if you're ready for this one. This is the Create This Book Free by Moriah Elizabeth, and the first prompt is to create a mascot. Make your own team and create its mascot. It can be a sports team, a fashion team, or even a spaghetti eating team. Well, I don't know about you, but when I think of a team, I think of Pokemon. The markers are out, and I have never drawn a Pokemon before in my life. I recently got into the Pokemon Go app, but sadly I never had a chance to play any of the games, so this is my first attempt at drawing Pokemon. I've got these 3 colours out, and the theme is pink. First, we need to sharpen these pencils and perfect the line work before we can even think about going in with the alcohol markers. And when it says to create a team, this isn't a functioning team. These Pokemon probably wouldn't go very well together. I mean, they're all very different types, so maybe. Really, I just wanted to have a look through the app and pick out all my favourite pink Pokemon. And you'd think that this would go smoothly. I mean, it's not a difficult ask, is it? We're drawing pink Pokemon. Children draw Pokemon. Obviously, it can't go that wrong, right? Honestly, you're not gonna believe it. So, first up we have a Beware. Then we've got a Lugia. And this is the shiny version. It's a little bit of a cop-out. It's not exactly known as a pink Pokemon. But you know what? The belly on that Pokemon is like a perfect alizarin crimson. And it's one of my favorites, so I had to include it. We've also got an Oricorio, a Frillish, a Hoppip, and a Mr. Mime. I mean, when you think of pink Pokemon, the Mr. Mime does kind of come up, even if it's kind of the worst. My partner absolutely hates this Pokemon. I kind of like it. I think it's got a cool style. Let's just get rid of all of those rubbings and start drawing the very first Pokemon. Beware is pastel pink, and we've only got one pastel pink to choose from, so it's gonna have to be pastel rose. I didn't really foresee this problem until now. Pretty much every Pokemon on this page is kind of pastel pink, and this pastel pink it's dried up. I mean, look at it, come on, like you can see that it's dried up and everything is a mess. Already this piece is turning into a shambles. You saw there was only one pastel pink, and what are we gonna do now? Well, let's move on to grey and try and finish Beware. Hopefully it's not gonna look too patchy. I mean, it's a cute Pokemon, so maybe we can make it work. So let's continue those darker shades and try and forget about the problem for now. Beware is like a giant teddy bear, so I knew that this one was going to be super cute and fun to draw. And aside from the marker, it really didn't disappoint. But now we need to move on to the second colour, and this one isn't correct. It's coral pink, and it's the closest we've got. Onto Frillish, which is pastel rose. We can't use pastel rose. Since this marker is a nope, we're gonna have to adapt. This Frillish cannot be neon pink, so it's gonna have to be purple. Reaching for that pastel lilac. I don't know if this is gonna work. I just thought it would be really fun if we sat down and spent the day drawing some Pokemon. But honestly, this is a disaster. I can't believe the one colour that we really needed is dry. And this Frillish is purple. We're gonna have to make a pink and purple themed page because I'm moving back to Mr. Mime, and this Mr. Mime is kind of the wrong colour completely as well. None of this is working. I only have a 48 colour set of markers, and this is proving to be a problem because a lot of them are dried up. You might have seen in the art challenge that I did recently, where I spent an hour colouring as many pages as I possibly could in a colouring book, and half of the markers were dried up. It's becoming a really big problem. I mean, I've never never used alcohol markers before, but I kind of thought that they would last longer than they have. And I guess it's because it was only a 48 set to begin with. And I must admit, there are certain colors that I lean towards, like all of these pinks and all of the pastel colors, because that's how I find it easiest to blend. But because of that, when you take out the ones that are dried up a little bit, we don't have that many colors left. There's lots of dark shades. Maybe going forward I'm gonna have to pick out darker things to color, because this pink page is looking horrific. I mean, look at this. Look at all these colors. They are all kind of completely wrong. Lugia is very dark. Oricorio is kind of spot on, I'm gonna be honest. But the rest of this is an absolute mess. I mean, look at this page. Look at these supposedly pink Pokémon. If only that pink in the Beware could be everywhere. The Mr. Mime is yellow. That's not the pink's fault, but Mr. Mime is yellow with red and blue. Frillish is purple. It's a disaster. We're gonna have to get the color pencils involved. I've still got these ones out, but I don't know if they're gonna fix this. I don't tend to add very much color pencil to my pieces, so I don't even know what we're doing right now. I'm starting off by just adding pink, trying to cover it a little bit, trying to make those shades that are already down not look super patchy. And then we take a turn. You can see I'm basically covering everything that we've already done now. And I mean, this is probably still faster than just using color pencils, but some of the colors are completely wrong and some are very patchy. We need to do something to fix this. Make the Mr. Mime less yellow, make the color pencils fit by adding a loose, scratchy background. And then I realized we need line work. The problem is, if at this point you decide that you need line work, you have to go over every single piece you've already done. And I mean, we are kind of doing that already, but it feels like a little bit of a waste of time because I spent so long with the alcohol markers and now we are covering everything up. And the biggest part is I'm literally just shading pink over everything to try and make it more pink. For the Frillish, I'm actually adding salmon pink, which is kind of an orange, but on top of the lilac, I mean, it kind of looks like pink, right? It's kind of giving pink. And the little pops of green from Hoppip are also kind of working. I think I might just about be piecing this together, even if it looks nothing like it was supposed to. And I messed up so many times and missed so many different places. And all of the colors are completely off. That's one of the big negatives from coming from a paint background. Because I'm used to watercolor, I can pretty much make whatever color I like. I have a fill palette and I can mix pretty much every color. Not that my mixing skills are great, but like in theory I could try and mix any color. And as I'm learning with markers, no. But now I think this piece might be done. I'm not saying that it's fantastic, but I think it's done. And I really don't want to mess up this slice down the middle. The guillotine is the scariest part, and obviously Beware is gonna lose an ear because we need that prompt to shine through. I always forget it, but I did know in this instance that Beware was going to lose an ear. And this ear actually ended up in the Daily Doodle Diary. You might have seen it in the huge sketchbook tour that I uploaded. I always keep the offcuts from these pages. But now we are done with the markers for a while. And we're moving on to the second prompt. Create a screenshot. Document a text conversation from your phone. And this is the sketch. You might be able to recognize it just a little bit. I'm reaching for the SimTap acrylic markers. These are the juicy brush nib ones. It's looking messy. Don't even ask why it looks like that. But anyway, we're giving it a go. There's not that many skin tones in this set, so I'm just gonna have to try my best here. This prompt is one of the ones that I would easily avoid if I wasn't doing it in order. I've actually forced myself to create this book, that's the name, to fill this book in order, because otherwise there's prompts like create an emoji, which we've already done. We also did create a comic in the last episode, and this one, create a screenshot. Even just those in the most recent episodes, I would have skipped, because this is a difficult prompt. You can easily look at it really literally and be like, what on earth am I supposed to do with that? I'm reaching for these browns to add hair. We haven't got a lot of browns to choose from, but I'll tell you what we're doing in just a moment. The prompt is create a screenshot, and I really struggled with this prompt for a long while. I think I got held up on the fact that we're supposed to create art based on words, and that really confused me. But I've seen other people tackle this prompt, and they treated it more like a quote. I remember somebody painted a scene from a TV show, and it was like a memorable conversation, and other people have done memorable quotes, and that's the kind of approach that we're going with this one. We are painting a scene from the Titanic based on some memorable words. And this isn't the first time that I've painted a scene from the Titanic. We did it already just a few weeks ago, and I attempted to paint the most iconic movie scene ever. The one where Rose is there at the edge of the ship and Jack's arms are around her. It's an iconic scene, and it was kind of a fail. It was a fail. I tried it. It didn't go to plan. It didn't go great. There wasn't much likeness. And if you want to see that fail, I'll leave the video down below. Today, I'm trying to redeem myself, but also using a completely different medium. This is acrylic markers, and it's not going to have the same look as watercolor. Of course it's not. So I'm going for the bold style that I like to do with acrylic markers, with crazy line work, crazy highlights and shadows in a very block style. And this is nothing like my style with watercolor, but you know what? I think already we've got more likeness in Kate Winslet than we did last time. Leonardo DiCaprio though, he's still got his eyes shut. He had his eyes shut in the last one, and they're still shut in this scene where he's in the water and she's on a bit of furniture. You know the one. Well, he's still got his eyes shut, so obviously it doesn't look anything like him. I cannot draw people with their eyes shut, and I find it really difficult to get any kind of likeness there when they haven't got their eyes open. Kate Winslet though, I think this kind of looks like Kate Winslet. What do you think? Let me know down below. Do you see the likeness? Ignoring Jack, just Rose. I'm reaching for this white bullet nib acrylic marker because for some reason my brush tip is kind of crazy. It kind of exploded, but I think these crazy highlights are really bringing these characters to life, and I kind of think the block highlights here are really working. Now the moment of truth. Reaching for a pen for the iconic quote. That scene where Rose says, "I'll never let go, Jack. I'll never let go." And then she lets go. And I understand that we've spent the entire film having them say that they're never going to let each other go. They're always there for each other. But it always bothered me that she says that exact line and then just drops his hand. Like, "I'll never let go, Jack. Bye." So that's the scene, the words that I thought of. But this is a text, and my partner had a really dark idea, so please don't come for me in the comments. And just like that, we've completed 2 more pages in the Create This book. First up, create a mascot. We've got a huge team of supposedly pink Pokémon. And then for create a screenshot, an iconic Titanic scene. I hope you've enjoyed joining me today. Why not check out the whole Create This book playlist? Next episode, we're using collage. I hope to see you there. Have a lovely rest of your day, and I'll see you in a few days' time. Bye bye.